Happening now, the search for a missing fishing boat captain who fell into Lake Erie continues today as efforts transition from a rescue to recovery. And an update on COVID-19 in Chautauqua County as our area's babies are set to get their first vaccinations against the virus. Plus, details on a new online trend that's come to our area about a new Minions movie.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now. This is WNY News Now with live breaking news.
Recovery efforts to find a fishing boat captain who fell from his craft into Lake Erie have resumed today. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Around 8:30 this morning, crews returned to the lake after search efforts the day before were unsuccessful. Our Jackson Hickey has the latest from Barcelona Pier in Westfield.
The boat's captain reportedly fell overboard while trying to unhook a fish. Since then, he has not resurfaced. A group of 5 people, including the missing man, were fishing about a half mile from the shoreline in Ripley when the incident took place. Those who were left on the craft quickly called 911 for help, summoning a massive response. Law enforcement officials tell me those left on the boat had a hard time navigating the waters with little to no experience sailing. The group was later returning to shore by first response, who strenuously led a search for the captain. In addition to using the pier at the Barcelona Harbor in Westfield to launch a variety of rescue boats, the U.S. Coast Guard deployed a helicopter with advanced technology to further the search.
Initially, it started with the coordinates of where the vessel was when it was reported, utilizing technology from the Coast Guard, trying to figure out drift patterns and potential the direction that the individual may be drifting.
The sheriff is not yet able to release the identity of the man as the department works to notify the family. Quattrone told me the man is from out of the area, but he maintains a house locally here for the summer. We'll work to get more, and we'll let you know when more details are available. But for now, in Westfield, Jackson Hickey, WNY News Now.
Jackson, thank you. And the 18-year-old man shot and killed following an altercation between a group of people in Chautauqua County this week has been identified. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office says Casadega resident Joseph Miscano was shot in the area of Park and Reed Streets in the village of Sinclairville on Tuesday night. Miscano deputies report was later pronounced dead at UPMC Chautauqua Hospital in Jamestown. Now, working with the Chautauqua County District Attorney's Office, investigators are continuing to conduct interviews and gather evidence in the case. However, detectives have not yet identified a possible suspect. Police previously told us they were relying on testimony from around 5 people who witnessed that shooting. And a 23-year-old man is facing several drug and weapons charges following a raid of his Dunkirk apartment. City of Dunkirk police executed a search warrant at 325 Eagle Street yesterday, arresting Devente McCall. Inside the house, officers allegedly recovered a .38 caliber rifle, a quantity of currency, around 20 grams of crack cocaine, prescription meds, and mushrooms. McCall was arrested and later bail was set in the amount of $50,000. And new today, an improperly discarded cigarette is blamed for starting a residential fire in Westfield. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Fire Investigation Team announced the cause of the blaze at 11 Union Street. The Westfield Fire Department responded to this address late yesterday afternoon to extinguish flames. Fire crews report that one person was treated on the scene for smoke inhalation. However, no other injuries were reported. Fire investigators believe that the smoldering cigarette came in contact with some combustible materials on a second-story porch there, which subsequently started this fire. Now, most of the damage, officials say, was contained to the exterior of the residence. And pro-choice activists are getting ready for a reproductive rights rally in Jamestown this weekend. Our Alyssa Wright joins us live from the newsroom today with a look at what's planned. Alyssa?
Justin, the Jamestown Coalition organized Sunday's rally in protest of the recent Supreme Court decision that overturned Roe v. Wade. Ahead of the demonstrations, locals are touting the importance of making their voices heard, and one of the organizers that we spoke with says that this is not just a women's rights issue.
affect the LGBTQ plus community, our trans brothers and sisters. It's going to affect disproportionately women of color, so it is an issue of racism as well, and we really need to keep those things in mind and have it be something that brings us together.
Those with the Comprehensive Adolescents Pregnancy Prevention Program explain that most abortions take place very early on in the pregnancy, and only less than 1% of terminations happen during the third trimester.
It's not even really a form of birth control. If someone is getting an abortion, it's because they, weren't ready. In cases of they didn't have a choice, whether it was assault, or they just financially, mentally can't do it. It's a hard choice.
Pro-choice advocates say that there are a lot of misconceptions surrounding the procedure too.
No one wants to kill babies. Nobody is for that. That's not what the issue is. It is a fundamental misconstruing of the issue at hand. This ruling is about control. This is about controlling bodies, controlling people, controlling women in particular. And it is about the overreach of a very small minority exerting unjust and undue power over the legislative process, over the government, over people's bodies.
Now, this rally will take place on Sunday at noon. Protesters will meet at Dow Park and march to City Hall, where a variety of speakers will address those in attendance. Live in the newsroom, Alyssa Wright, WNY News Now.
All right, Alyssa, thank you. Well, now let's switch gears a bit and get a first check of our weather forecast. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter joining us live today with a look at that. And one of the things we've been talking about, Dakota, is that need for rainfall. I hear we're not going to really get any in the coming few
No,
days.
we are not going to see any of that needed rainfall for at least a few more days. But you know what? If you don't want the rain, which is kind of odd, but you will be enjoying some dry time. The Mill Creek Mall Sky Cam there. Satellite and radar composite, again, not showing you much. Now, the clouds will be thickening up as we go through the afternoon hours, and there will be a small chance for at least an afternoon shower later on throughout the afternoon. 78 is where we topped out yesterday. 55 is where we started the day. 99 and 40 are the records. So through the afternoon, a good deal of sunshine early. Clouds advance and thicken through the afternoon hours. There is a small chance for at least an isolated shower or thunder shower. 74 to 83 with a north to northwest wind. Now, we are going to stay dry through the weekend, plus our rain chance returns next week. We'll talk about it in detail in that Ultimate Satellite Solutions 7-day forecast later on in the show, Justin.
All right, Dakota, we'll see you back in just a bit as we roll along. What local diner in our community will be closing their doors at the end of the year. And later, an update on COVID-19 here in Chautauqua County. Now, as area babies are set to get their first dose of the COVID vaccine. Stay with us. WNY News Now. We'll be right back.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
What is going on, my New York friends? My understanding is that you're in school for a little bit longer than most people, but I got some good news for you. Where are you going to be on September 10th? In Jamestown, New York, with me at 7 o'clock at the Reglena Theater, and you can get your tickets at reglena.com, REGLENNA.com. Make sure that you grab those now. It's going to be so much fun. Jamestown, New York, September 10th. Come and have fun with me.
Stay fire safe this summer. Only use grills outdoors, away from siding and deck railings. Clean grills often and remove grease or fat buildup. Make sure your gas grill lid is open before lighting. Have a 3-foot safe zone around grills and campfires. Keep kids and pets clear of the area. Dispose of coals after they cool in a metal can. Never leave grills, fire pits, and patio torches unattended. Learn more at usfa.fema.gov.
Brought to you by the Chautauqua Safety Village and the Jamestown Fire Department.
When severe weather breaks, one team has you covered, tracking the storms as they happen. Catch your First Defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Eaglezip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, Eaglezip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call Eaglezip.com today.
Stop by Eaglezip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
A popular hometown diner in Randolph is closing their doors. Vern's Place announced the restaurant's ownership plans to retire at the end of the year. First opening in March 2011, the local favorite is known for their homemade soups and specials prepared daily. The owner writes on social media that the success of their restaurant was definitely a group effort, and sincerely thanked their employees and customers. That diner will continue to serve meals through December unless that restaurant should be sold before that time. Well, it's been over 2 years since COVID-19 showed itself to the world, and since then, medical technology has provided the public with vaccines for all ages and most recently, allowing vaccinations for children and babies. Our Bronson Rasmussen joins us in studio with a look at where we stand locally.
Currently in Chautauqua County, COVID-19 cases are low based on the latest testing data. However, officials say results are skewed due to at-home testing. The latest wastewater data shows that local case numbers are actually still high in the region.
There probably are a lot of people with COVID in the community. However, the disease is slightly less severe than it was last fall, last winter, with the new variant of Omicron that is out there. A lot of people are vaccinated. A lot of people have had this disease. And so there is more immunity in the community, which means that we're going to experience less severe disease in most cases.
One of the best ways to build immunization without contracting an illness is through vaccination. Most recently, children ages 6 months to 5 years old are now eligible for the shot.
These vaccines are thoroughly studied. This was not done lightly. It's taken over 2 years to develop a vaccine for this age group. This is the most closely monitored vaccine of probably all time.
Agate believes that the vaccinations are the best way to fight a disease that doesn't look to be going away anytime soon.
I think COVID-19 is with us and it's with us to stay. It's just like the flu season, like we have every year. We expect that it will be around for a long time. I think we are getting to a point where it's becoming more endemic, which means it's here, but it's not as concerning as it was before.
For more information or to pre-register for the clinics, visit the health department's website at chqgov.com. In the studio, Bronson Rasmussen, WNY News Now.
The Jamestown Board of Public Utilities is warning its customers about a continued scam. The utility says scammers are at it again, calling or emailing you asking for payment in the form of gift cards, prepaid cards, or money transfers. Now, if a payment is not made, the scammer threatens to disconnect service. To make matters worse, the scammer's calling from numbers disguised as if they ring from the BPU's official phone. The utility says this is not the case, and they're reminding customers to be sure to not fall for these tricks. Pennsylvania House lawmakers have passed their version of the state budget. Now the $45.2 billion spending plan heads to the state Senate. The plan includes an increase in over $500 million in basic education. The budget would create the PA Child Care Tax Credit, equal to the 30% of the federal credit to support working families. $250 million in federal relief would aid long-term care providers, including nursing homes, assisted living facilities, personal care homes, and home community-based services. Now, that funding is included to provide a $35 a day increase in the Medicaid reimbursement rates starting in January. The budget bill will also significantly reduce the amount of motor license fund dollars used to support state police to $500 million, freezing up an annual $175 million for roads and bridge projects. Well, confidence in U.S. institutions has hit an all-time low. That's according to a recent Gallup poll. Our congressional correspondent Rachel Knapp is breaking down this data.
The polls found some significant declines in major institutions like Congress, the Supreme Court, and the presidency. Now here's what the polls found. For background info, this is based on telephone interviews conducted from June 1st through the 20th of this year with a random sampling of a little more than 1,000 adults living in the U.S. Now here's what the poll found. In major institutions like police, public schools, newspaper, military, organized religion, and big business all saw declines in confidence compared to last year. But the Supreme Court and Congress saw all-time lows in confidence according to Gallup. The Supreme Court has been under fire for some significant rulings recently, including overturning Roe v. Wade, which legalized abortions in the U.S. And Congress, of course, has had difficulty passing legislation like voting rights, increased spending on Biden's domestic agenda that aims to provide money towards expanded health care, early education, and even climate change. One of the sharpest drops in confidence, according to this poll, was the presidency. Families in the U.S. are dealing with sky-high prices at the pumps and in the grocery stores, and inflation is really impacting all Americans. And according to this poll, the presidency saw a 15-point drop in confidence, dropping from 38% last year to 23% this year. Another finding by Gallup is that 38% of Americans say that they are extremely proud to be American, which is one of the lowest numbers according to Gallup since they started taking these polls in 2001. Issues like gun control, abortion, and inflation contribute to that low number. Back to you.
Rachel, thank you. Coming up, we introduce you to a new furry friend that's up for adoption as part of our Pet of the Week segment. And later after that, a look at a new online trend that's come to our local movie theater in Lakewood. But first, when we return, a full look at our weather forecast. Stay right there. WNY News Now is back right after this.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
How prepared is your family if a hurricane shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a blizzard? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes! Make a plan today.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Fast, accurate, and everyday. First Defense Weather.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Well, the warmest days are definitely here. The average high for today is 80 degrees. Now, once we go to the end of August, our average high drops to 78. 67 by the 30th of September, and on Halloween the average high is 55. So enjoy these days. It's the warmest days of the year. Now, as we mentioned yesterday, the drought monitor has been updated to include a abnormally dry drought condition across much of the southern tier and in fact much of western New York. Now, the lack of recent rainfall has been drying out some of our lawns. So, you know, your lawn could definitely brown much more quicker. So that's why you might need the sprinklers on and also the water hoses as well. And Mother Nature is not going to give us any relief in the short term here. There is a 20% chance of at least an isolated shower through the afternoon today. But notice, completely dry Saturday and Sunday, even Monday. We are going to see some rain coming back into the forecast for Tuesday. So hooray! We need some rain around here. As a noon hour, we're at 75, a north wind of 8, and the dew point still a little bit up there, 59. We're close to that 60-degree point. So again, that's when you start to feel the moisture in atmosphere when the dew point hits 60. So again, we are going to see a noticeable drop in the humidity both tomorrow and Sunday. We are going to see at least a little uptick in the humidity Monday, and then it goes back into that humid category for Tuesday. Satellite and radar composite, we have a cold front that's actually going to drop through the region tomorrow. This is going to bring us much cooler air for at least the first half of the weekend, but we are going to remain dry behind that. So future scan showing that idea to you. Notice the clouds thickening up through the afternoon hours. There could be a small chance for at least an isolated shower or thunder shower across the southern the afternoon, but most of us should remain dry. Tomorrow should be a nice day, partly to mostly sunny, and then by the time we go into Saturday, on Sunday, we are going to see just fantastic amounts of weather, lots of sun in the forecast for you. I mean, it is just going to be a fantastic day here. So let's take you through Metrocast here. 75 degrees at 2 o'clock, still should be partly sunny. The clouds will start to thicken up a little bit by the time we go to 5 o'clock. We'll call it mostly cloudy. And then by the time the sunset comes around, by around 8 o'clock, 75 degrees, mostly sunny. Now, in living color, the next 7 days, powered by Ultimate Satellite Solutions. So we're up to 70, we're down to 77 tomorrow. How about, this could be the best day ever on Sunday, 81 degrees, lots of sunshine. We stay dry on Monday, 85. There's our rain chance Tuesday and Wednesday. That's well-needed rain, guys. And then by the time we go into Thursday, we should be dry, but temperatures go back down, Justin, into the upper 70s.
All right, Dakota, thank you very much. Well, in an effort to help our furry friends find a forever home, we're partnered with the folks at the Chautauqua County Humane Society for our Pet of the Week segment. Joining us in studio today is Rachel, along with our buddy Clem here, who is this week's featured friend. Thanks so much for coming in, Rachel.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
If you can, tell us a little bit about Clem. My first takeaways are he's just really chill, hanging out.
He's super chill. He's such a ham bone. Oh my goodness. He loves to cuddle. He's huge on just like the physical touch. Yeah. It's like if you're sitting down next to him, he like has to plaster his body against yours. It's great. He's such a big cuddly boy. He is a little bit on the high energy side still. So like, he'll have to get the regular exercise and everything. We're working with him on his manners and whatnot. He can't go in a home with cats, unfortunately, but we're working with him on everything. So he may be able to go with some small kids, probably nobody below 5.
Gotcha.
Just because he might, knock the little ones over or something. He's a little bit unaware of his size sometimes.
I know that's always an important conversation that you want to have with people who maybe are looking to adopt somebody like Clem here, to make sure that they are a good fit. And that's probably that visitation process where if they're watching now, they can actually schedule a time, no commitment, but they can come down and see him. How does that work?
So we would have somebody put in an application, then we do the brief interview. It's like an over-the-phone thing. We try to get an idea of like what you're looking for, what your household is like and everything, and then we try and figure out if we have a good match from there, because we want everybody to stay in their homes and everything. So we just do like the brief interview, and then if we determine we have a match from there, then we would go ahead and set up the meet and greet.
Absolutely. And did you mention how old he is?
I forgot to check. I think he's a couple years old, not too old, but yeah, we haven't had him too long, maybe like a month or 2. He's been here. He came in as a stray, if I remember correctly, and so we do always say with the strays, there's always that chance of them running, so that something to watch out for and everything. But yeah, he's just a super sweet guy. It's hard to believe nobody came for you.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing is, and he's as he came in, with many times you come into a new environment, you're trying to get used to it, and he just came in.
Right?
We said hello, he sat down.
Yeah, he's like, hey, we're here.
He's hanging out. So with that, I imagine you mentioned he is high energy, so that you want to keep that in mind to make sure you have enough time in your schedule to maybe go for walks, play ball, things like that.
Yeah, precisely. Getting him outside and in the sun. He loves to bask in the sun, by the way. He will just lay down. Come here, handsome. Yeah. He's a big sun basker, but he will need that time to just get out and get some physical exercise, running, playing with toys. He's huge on fabric stuff, so that's why we have the chain leash, because he'll try to chew on the fabric. He's real big on stuffed things and making them not stuffed anymore.
or the hunt for the squeaker.
Yeah,
that's always the thing.
Yeah,
exactly. When they can, they will destroy.
Yeah, exactly.
To
They're like,
get the
I got the squeaker. Good
and then
job.
after that, you're usually done with it.
Right.
At least that's how my mom's dogs are. So.
Right? Yes, exactly.
But, so again, our friend Clem here, he's up for adoption at chqhumane.org, and of course in person too. You can schedule time to visit him and see him. And there's a great shot of him just hanging out there.
Oh no, yes, he got to do an expo audition this week, so he was out and about.
Did that go well?
Yes, yeah. From what I heard, it was a good time.
Good.
He likes going out, and he's a sweet boy.
Yes, he definitely is. And if you're looking for a new addition to your family, or he's definitely a great option for it. So again, chqhumane.org, the place to go. Rachel, Clem, thank you both for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having us. Awesome.
We have a lot more to tell you about, including new details on an online trend that's come to our area about a new Minions movie. Stay right there. That story right after this.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now. Catch your first defense forecast daily on WNY News Now.
Slow down. Slow down and move over. Move over.
When you see signs,
Lights. Vests.
please give us some room.
Slow down. Slow down and move over. When you need help,
It's our job
to help you.
to save you.
Despite the danger.
This
danger is real. Do your part.
Please
Slow down. Slow down. And move over.
move over.
It's not just what we say, it's what we do.
Local first. It isn't just our slogan. It's our mindset every single day. So whether you're watching our daily live streams or staying up to date with reports on our website and mobile app, you'll always see the same attention to detail from reporters who passionately care about our community, who have one goal in mind: to always put the facts first.
For me, it's more than just getting the forecast right. What I love the most about my job is that I come into work every day to help break down the weather, letting people know how this is going to impact their day. We take pride that First Defense Weather is the only local weather team in the Southern Tier. We don't just copy and paste our weather from outside sources. Every part of our forecast is handmade right here in-house, something our team really takes pride in.
What matters to you matters to us. Every story, every day. WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
If you're planning to go see the new Minions movie, your show might be interrupted by teens dressed in suits who call themselves gentle minions, thanks to an online trend originating on TikTok. Erie News Now's Tom Klezowski has the story.
Felt despicable, so I bought out the theater.
In a bizarre social media trend, teens across the country are dressing up in their Sunday best to go see the new Minions Rise of Gru movie.
Usually they're teenagers, they're younger people, and they'll come in just dressed wearing suits, and they'll just have fun and watch the movie. With the kind of meme culture now and TikTok, it became a trend and it's taken off. We had a group coming with the suits last night.
Here at the Lakewood Cinema in Lakewood, New York, they've seen some of these gentle minions come through, but say they haven't caused an issue yet.
Minions that have came into our theaters have been pretty polite, but we have heard of some people causing some disturbances.
Some theaters have had to call the police or even outright ban anyone in a suit from seeing the movie. But in Lakewood, they seem to welcome the extra business and added experience for younger children who may be seeing the film with their parents.
I think the younger kids usually like it because they get to see some people in suits and it's just a more entertaining experience for them. It's definitely bringing in more people that wouldn't usually be in.
From the Lakewood Cinema, I'm Tom Kowalski, WNY News Now.
All right, thank you, Tom. Certainly looking good there, showing some of that Minion pride in Lakewood. I don't know. I wouldn't want somebody to go in and disrupt my movie, but definitely a cool trend. That movie, by the way, it was released last week. It stars Steve Carell. So if you're looking for something
I
to do
don't
this
get
weekend,
the Minions, and I don't get Tic Tac.
Yeah. No.
Have a good weekend,
This
folks.
story's not for Dakota. That is going to do it for us this week, though. We return Monday, news 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. Have a great week. Thanks for tuning in.